dangerous opponent if they're on stage. Do you agree with him that David possesses the most?
He's one of them.
Yeah.
I would say Curtis was as dangerous, if not more, because Curtis, because of his reputation, I think you look at him a little bit different.
What does that mean?
The chin checkers, you know, when they're the
Okay.
chin checkers, they were beating everybody up. And as a coach, I look at guys have done in the past and how they've done them, and who their opponents were. David is a force, but I think that he's going to be really surprised when he gets checked the first time.
Do you view Curtis as a more dangerous opponent than
A little quicker, a little sneakier. Gennady never gave him an opportunity to get into his fight.
Right.
David's going to come at him. I don't think David can change his stripes now. I think David's going to come at him and expose himself and give Gennady an opportunity.
So you still expect the fight to go on the last,
Oh, definitely.
3 or 4 rounds?
At least.
At least.
I think that David has learned a lot and has improved a lot since Mark took him over. But still, Gennady, I've been saying it, and I said it to Michael Woods. He's a special talent. He's something that we don't see often. Not because he's with me, but from the beginning, I could sense that. In the Olympics, you could sense that. He is by far the best fighter I've ever worked with, and I got one in the Hall of Fame.
What did you see specifically that you made you think that?
His intelligence in the ring. He does nothing that's not premeditated. He does everything with a purpose. He's willing to go rounds just to find the spot. He's willing to let somebody into a fight because he's so confident in what he can do.
And this big pay-per-view, the big crowds, everything like that, will that faze him, or is he the type of guy that would just go with the flow?
It doesn't really matter. Mr. Willis is going to be the referee, and Gennady Golovkin and David Lemieux are going to go at it in the middle of the ring. What's outside the ring really doesn't matter when the bell rings.
And he jetted and didn't want to talk to us right after working out with you. I do wonder, is there extra pressure and more annoyances because of all the media crush, and is it bothering him a little bit?
No,
we don't take anything personally, but we do wonder.
No, it's not bothering him. He realizes the last time we were in a significant fight here at the Garden, besides Stevens, he caught a cold. You remember that against Rosado?
Yeah.
We were at the Kingsway Gym. And this is a little drafty in here, and what I said to his manager in the corner is, let's just do minimum and get him out of here, because I really don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, the media are germ-filled bastards.
No, not only that. It's cool in here. It's cool in here, and he's warm. Yeah. He's got a towel over his shoulders, but he's still warm.
Right, he had a cold or a flu before that fight, and he was what 70% or 60%? Yeah.
I called Melvina on Thursday before the Saturday and told her the fight was off. I hadn't told the HBO, but I told Melvina.
Right.
And I told her to keep it under wraps, and we would go day by day. But as of Thursday night, that fight was off.
So he's good right now.
He's
no
great
cold,
right now.
no flu,
That's
nothing.
why I got him out of here.
When he felt cold, you said working out here. There was
I just feel it. Not inside. He's moving inside.
Yeah,
and all the lights and shit. I was sweating. The lights are on.
Yeah.
That's your feeling.
But if you step outside, I don't want him to just all of a sudden get some kind of his clothes are off.
That was your call not to have him stay around.
Just to do a minimum and just
hotel.
it was mine. You kidding me? He'd rather stay here and sit and talk to you guys.
Sure.
But I'm gonna get blamed if something goes wrong, right? So I don't want to be blamed. Huh?
You threw yourself under the bus. Good job, my brother. Yeah.
But that's the trainer taking care of fighters.
That's my
Training,
job.
Yeah,
that's my
your
job.
Taking care of fighters. Look out for no matter what the media says.
You know what? You guys want to see a fight on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what Tom Loeffler said? He said, Mike, guess what? That Chocolatito could steal the show from Golovkin. Your thoughts on that?
I absolutely think there's a strong possibility we're going to have 2 great fights that night.
Yeah. And Lemieux, is it possible that any of us are overrating Lemieux because we are so hungry for a good fight? Are we overrating Lemieux,
we
maybe?
certainly are not overrating him.
Okay.
I think that he's a heck of a puncher. I think that he's a heck of a fighter. He's developed into a heck of a fighter, and I think that he's going to give us a fight. The difference is going to be, I think, IQ. I think that Gennady's vast amateur experience and the positions that he's been in, the gold medal match in the Olympics, I think that makes him a little smarter in the ring. I think that makes him a little more relaxed in the ring, and if David makes a mistake, he'll be able to capitalize.
And does the caliber of this win, if Golovkin wins, does this make him pound for pound number 1? Not everyone cares about that, but the sport is looking for a leader.
Okay. To me, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
To you guys, it matters, but to me, it doesn't matter. If you guys consider him pound for pound number 1 or number 2, number 3, great. Let's just hope that we get another fight of this caliber or more.
And boxing always loves the new superstars. He got that character and personality to to carry that through and to be that guy?
I think he does. I think that the fact that we sold 10,000 tickets in the first week or first 6 days, and then sold 16 in the next week, I think that says something. Hopefully the fight lives up to that.
Knowing that Lemieux is a knockout puncher, did you train differently for this fight?
No, my job in the gym is to train Golovkin to the best Golovkin can be. It doesn't matter who's in front of us, because if we start to adapt, we start to shortchange what we do, then we're not in there 100%. My job is to train him to the best that he can do, and the other guy's going to adapt to us.
When do you think he'll be tested? Really pushed?
Never. According to you guys, never.
No, but I mean,
What about according to you?
Though, when do you think he'll be really tested?
I think that every fight's a test, because we wouldn't be talking here if the last fight. Look, go back at 4 fights. Go back 3 or 4 fights. Every fight's a test. Macklin was the test. Then Gil was the test.
But is there a fighter out there who you think is, has what it takes to really push Gennady? I'm talking like really tooth and nail.
In the middleweight division, I think that the only one that could push him if he's successful against Jacobs is Quillin.
Why?
I just think Peter has the style that is going to give Golovkin, like I thought Froch had the style that would give Golovkin some issues. But that's what we want. We want him pushed. I want to know too.
So you expect Peter to handle Danny in their fight?
I think that Danny against Mora showed that he's not capable of taking not even a decent shot. So if Peter hits him, it may be over.
Early on, you think? Or?
No, I think that they're both good boxers. I think it goes on, and Peter has a good, say, fourth between the 4th and 7th, and I think he stops him.
You think Peter's more dangerous than even like Cotto or Canelo?
No, I said 160. Those guys are 54-pounders right now.
Yeah.
I think Canelo's probably, if he moves up the middleweight, would give us a very good fight.
You think Canelo beats Cotto?
I think youth. I think that he's stronger and younger and probably hungrier. I think Cotto's had a great career, Hall of Fame career, but he's at the end of it.
Abel, you predicted this fight was going to last 4 rounds. Do you still stick by that?
No, what I said, it was going to go 4 or 5 rounds if they came out. If David comes out, like he said he was going to come out and throw bombs and fight Golovkin to give us a show, then the first guy that catches the other guy is going to be the winner. I'm thinking it's going to be Golovkin, of course. But it's going to be bombs away if he comes out that way. I hope so.
That would suit Gennady, right, if he comes out like that?
Yeah, he's too wide and too slow for the smarts of this kid. So he's going to hit him. He's going to hit him between punches.
Where do you rank Gennady with the all-time middleweights?
No, I got in trouble last time by Ron from Borges when I said that I thought he would beat Hagler, and I thought he'd be one of the best and better than Hagler. So every era has their greats. I think in our era and what we're witnessing right now, I think he could become one of the greats. How he compares to those guys, go back and look at videos and then look at videos of this kid. You guys would determine that, but I don't think there's been anybody that has, in the middleweights anyway, that has the kind of punching power and setup power to hit you. And you talk to any of the guys that he's fought, what they keep saying about him is he'll hit you where he wants to hit you. That's how smart he is. If he wants to hit you on the earlobe, he's going to hit you in the earlobe to set something else up. So I think that makes him different.
Well, that's almost like a sniper who pinpoints the target and he hits.
Yeah,
not because I'm saying that. You're right. Not because I'm saying it, but the opponents have said that. Yeah.
Lots of fighters who face him, they appear scared before they even get in the ring against him. Do you sense that David maybe has any kind of trepidation or fear? Do you sense any of that?
Not until he gets hit with the first shot. Not until he feels like, oh wow, I got to go 12 rounds of this. Because again, unless you've been in there with him and unless you've seen him in the gym, it's hard to really fathom how hard this kid hits. Not only that, but how smart he is at hitting you where he wants to hit you.
But David seems very relaxed today when we speak to him. He's joking around. He seems to be in a very good mood. Obviously, that'll.
How many fights have you been to? Haven't all the opponents been that way that we fought? Yeah, they're all that way because he doesn't seem that way, man. You look at him and you talk to him, he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that you should be afraid of. He's not the boogeyman, but once he gets inside the ring, he just changes.
He showed another side, admitted to it on that face-off, a slightly sadistic streak. Talk about that a little bit, will you?
Curtis, unfortunately for Curtis, he made some real crude remarks. I don't know if it was Curtis, but the people around him, they did a scene where he's being buried, a coffin, and I'd never seen Gennady react to his brother's, I guess he was mad. His brother was very mad because of that. He just thought that was very disrespectful. It's a sport, it's boxing, it's not one guy trying to kill the other. So his brother was very upset about it, and it kind of enraged Gennady. He went out to punish Curtis. He didn't want to knock him out, he wanted to punish him. If it had done 12 rounds, it would have been great for Gennady. He wouldn't have cared.
Did you know he had that side in him?
Sadistic side?
Yeah.
I thought his brother had that side, to tell you the truth. His brother never smiles. His brother was supposed to be the better fighter when they were younger.
Yeah.
But because, remember, they're twins, so maybe it, I don't know, it translates to the other, and he wanted to punish Curtis.
Why doesn't the brother keep fighting?
It was decided when, Gennady's the oldest by 15 minutes. It was decided when they wanted to turn pro that one of them would stay back and take care of the family. So it was decided because the other two brothers died in the war, the older brothers. So it was decided that because Gennady was older, he was chosen to be pro.
Do you ever talk to the brother? Does the brother ever say to you, hey, I actually want to do it?
No, he's satisfied with what he's doing. He doesn't wear no whip this hard.
Okay.
No.
Have you ever been accidentally hurt by one of Gennady's punches, doing
Me?
mitts and pads and stuff?
You know what? I've broken fingers, I've twisted wrists, but yeah, all of them do. Not just Gennady. I mean, Sam Peter hurt me worse than Gennady.
I know a lot of boxers have tough upbringings, but they're specifically where they came from and how they grew up. Does that sort of chiseled him into what he is today, you think?
I think that when he was about 10, 11 years old, when his brothers died, it changed him dramatically. His outlook on life, his responsibility from then on, because there's very suspicious circumstances under which his brothers were killed in the war. So it just changed his attitude. He just, his responsibility of taking care of the family grew even bigger.
Yeah.
Abel, do you worry about complacency at all with Gennady? He's shown that in previous matches.
No, of course.
Punching power.
Of course. The reason I do that is because nobody steps up. Nobody's asking to fight him. Now we're unifying. Lucky that David agreed, and he's getting paid handsomely for it. But unification bouts and those kind of bouts are what motivates these guys, motivates them mentally. Physically, they're always going to get ready. Mentally, they have to have a challenge. That's one of the reasons why I thought Mayweather against Berto was not a challenge for him physically, but mentally was no challenge for him.
Who do you want next for Gennady after this fight? Do you want the Cotto Canelo winner, or would you rather him fight the Quinlan?
At this point, Golovkin has stated that he wants to unify the titles. So WBC has said that the winner of Canelo Cotto fights the winner Lemieux Golovkin. If that's the case and they want to fight Golovkin, that's the one we want next, because Golovkin then will be also WBC champion if he beats that guy. If they don't want to fight him, then Golovkin will fight for the WBC belt against the next available contender. Once he does that, Andy Lee has expressed interest in fighting Golovkin also, and it'll be a great fight here at the Garden also. So that would be the 4 belts. After that, who knows? That could be next year sometime. You know?
Going back onto the Curtis point that you were making, that Gennady was just playing around with him.
I didn't say playing around. He was trying to punish him.
Do you think if he tries to do the same thing with Lemieux, and Lemieux tags him the way Curtis does, you think he can stand up to that?
You know, once, like I said, once he tastes the first shot and once he gets shot by the first shot, it's a different fight. As it was with Curtis after he got dropped in the second round. Gennady didn't see or Monroe, you know, Gennady didn't see any worries. So with Monroe, he allowed the fight to go so that he didn't make it a fight. He was trying to egg Willie to fight a better fight. With Curtis, he just wanted to hit him. If you look at the CompuBox, I think there was 99 to one side, the left side, and 98 to the other side. I mean, he hit him to the head like repeatedly. He didn't go to the body as much as he usually does because, again, he wanted to hurt him.
Could you put to rest this business of Andre Ward and Triple D? I mean, I think it's ridiculous.
What is it that you want me to say about that?
Well, you know,
ask me a question.
Promoters who are not going to get their nosebleed, I'm talking about, that would be a great match. They're not the ones inside that ring. And I think it's ridiculous to come up with a catch weight because he could fight Andre Ward.
First of all, Andre fought at 72 his last fight. And he's talking about fighting at 75 this next fight.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. Second thing is that Andre's people, when he signed with Rock Nation, said they wanted 2 tune-up fights. Golovkin team is not going to sit around and wait for Andre Ward to make up his mind what he wants to do. These things that are happening to us right now, as I talked about the Andy Lee fight and the Canelo fight, or Cotto Canelo fight, are things that have been planned for months, 6, 7, 8 months. If we wait for Andre to make up his mind what he wants to do, we're not going to be fighting. I want this kid to fight 3 or 4 times a year because he wants to fight 3 or 4 times a year. So if we're waiting for somebody to make up their mind, then we're not going to be in the ring. And I don't think that's fair to Golovkin.
As a trainer, is it fun for you to coach a guy like this?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? This is a coach's dream. I'm blessed that he walked into my gym, or they called me to start training him. You know, he's the kind of kid that a lot of the great trainers could have done very well with. I'm just blessed that I'm the one that did it. You know, Freddie would have done a great job. Robert would have done a great job. Joel Diaz would have done a great job. I'm blessed that he walked into my gym.
But you're not taking any credit for what